let's move over to the NL Central. This division obviously has a couple of the teams that we talk about the most. Jeremy, why don't you kick us off with your pick for the Central?
So I struggled with this one a little bit. Settled on the Cubs. Don't love the Cubs rotation, but I do like the potential with their lineup, adding Tucker. I'm curious to see if they add anybody else or if they're going to go with Matt Shaw at third base. I do like Matt Shaw, but I think they flirted with the Bregman deal and ended up not going that way, or him not going that way. Not certain on their bullpen. It's going to be a really good division. And did you say Central or did you tell me West? Did I skip this one?
No, it's Central.
Okay. And so, yeah.
I went out of order, I'm now realizing, Jeremy. So sorry for throwing a wrench in the works.
So, yeah, I went with the Cubs, and I do think that it's going to be a very competitive division.
Theo, your pick for the NL Central.
Brewers. I think they are the National League version of the Rays for the last decade, and they at least have enough pieces to still put things together, and the NL Central is a little more wide open than the AL East typically is. So I think the Brewers will still find a way to reign. Will they make it past the first round on like the last few seasons? Hard to say. The pitching rotation might get a little more depth with Brandon Woodruff being back this season. That could be a huge thing if he's looking on the upside, returning from his injury. The lineup is a little meeker than it was last season, losing Willy Adames, but Joey Ortiz is going to be playing full time. Who am I forgetting about prospect wise? Corner infield, not Ortiz, but
Oliver Dunn.
Yep, Dunn. He was decent last year. He's probably going to be taking a step up here in the Jackson trio. I just like that guy too much to hope he doesn't have the typical sophomore slump and gets himself back into form and just keeps it rolling like he was last season. And, Yelich, we'll see how healthy he is, but as long as he can get into that 100, 120 games range, that could be huge for their lineup as well. And just making sure they can hold on to that division title for another season and just make another run at the postseason and hopefully get a little deeper this time.
Right on. Brewers, love it. Okay. I'm also going to go with the Cubs in the Central, and my pick is that the Cubs will win the Central by at least 8 games. I think they are far and away the class of the division. There is one potential stumbling block, in my opinion, and that is pitching depth, in particular in the starting rotation. Things get thin after their top 3. You're kind of relying on Matthew Boyd. I don't know that I want to be relying on Matthew Boyd. And so I would hope that the Cubs are aggressive at the trade deadline in the pursuit of some type of controllable starting pitching, because they have a ton of top 100 prospects by most industry lists. A lot of those guys aren't necessarily super high impact guys. It's more dudes in the like 40 to 75 range. So that's my one issue with the Cubs. I think they have by far the best lineup in that division, so I'm expecting them to win it comfortably. Having said that, I think I said the exact same thing last year, and they were never really in it. So
nope.
We'll see what happens.